Hi, I'm Chef Jared Perry. Welcome to Cambridge School of Culinary Arts. Today, we're going to be learning about knife skills. So, today, we're going to go over a variety of things about knives. Just general information. We're going to go over techniques. We're also going to go over the makeup of a knife. And we're going to hopefully find a way for you to find a good knife that fits you. And what I mean by that is there's no one knife that's going to be perfect for everybody. So, when you're out looking for a knife, or maybe you have one already, but you are going to learn today some techniques that are going to they're going to sharpen that or hone that, which is a great knife pun that you can use later. But we're going to hone those skills that's going to help you kind of lay the foundation for everything that you do in the kitchen. So let's start with the makeup of a knife. So in front of me here, I have 3 knives. This first one is a chef's knife. This is your basic, this is a standard 8-inch chef's knife. So this knife is kind of where everyone starts. And through this knife, you can kind of find where your comfort lies. If you want to get a longer knife, if you want to get a heavier knife, or maybe this style of knife isn't great for you and you want a different one, that's fine too. We work with Wüsthof, German knife maker, but that's not the brand of the knife that you should be focused on. It's how it feels in your hand. So when you go to the store, when you're looking for a knife to pick up, that's where you want to start. You want to ask for a cutting board, you want to ask for a knife, and then you want to handle the knife before you buy it. Because some of them are very expensive. So, weighing how expensive the knife is versus, how it feels in your hand is going to be the most important thing. So today, we'll work with Wüsthof. So, here's our knife. We start with basic things like the tip of the knife. We rarely ever cut with the tip of the knife. Sometimes we just use it to measure where we're going to cut. And sometimes we do cut with it. This is the blade or the edge, and then the back of the knife or the spine we do use as well. We use it for scraping the board so we don't dull the edge. And then it comes right down to what we call the bolster. And the bolster is really important. I want you to remember that word. The bolster is where your fingers are going to lie. And this is going to be the comfort part of holding the knife. So a lot of people lead with their finger. That means they put their index finger right on the knife as they cut like this. That is the worst way that you can cut. So we're going to try to reform, and we're going to try to kick that finger off to the side, and you're going to do a pinch grip. So that's thumb and index finger on either side of the bolster. The rest of your hand wraps around, and that is the handhold that we want. This is, when you use your finger like this tires out your hand muscles. There's a lot of little tendons and muscles, and when you press with one finger, it tires you out so much quicker, and it also gives you a false sense of leverage. So when you kick your finger off to the side like this gets your whole arm in the motion, and you're going to use that full range of weight and pressure, and it's going to be so much easier in the long run. So that's the nice grip we're going to work with, and you'll see me doing that later. So we have our bolster, and the bolster comes right down into the handle. Now the handle, you'll see in different forms. This one, you can watch the blade comes right down through into the handle. This is called the tang. And then it's fastened on either side with a plastic handle. You'll see wood, or maybe it's completely metal. But you'll have these little rivets sometimes on each side, and that makes your knife. And that's, again, really important because it's going to be about how it feels in your hand, the comfort. Does it feel comfortable? Is it a nice feel to you? Because you're going to be using this over and over and over again. So through those things, when you go pick out your knife, feel it, and then, of course, feeling how it cuts. So you're going to look for all those things I just mentioned, how it feels on the bolster, and then how smooth it feels while you're cutting. There are other forms or other styles of knife. I have 2 others here with me. This is a paring knife. Paring knives are small utility knives, basically. You can do anything you want with this. I don't recommend cutting a lot of vegetables as it's not very long and you're not going to get a lot of leverage or pressure out of it. But it does help with a lot of the smaller kind of handheld, maybe you're filleting mushrooms, maybe you're peeling off the orange zest. This is a great tool for that. And then also I have here a serrated knife. Now the serrated knife, this is actually a double serrated knife. I recommend at least having one. Having one serrated knife around. This is great for one purpose, bread. So if you're using this for more than bread, that means that either you don't trust your chef's knife or you're using it incorrectly. So get one of these and use it only for bread.